Hey everyone. APIsec Bolt is a lightweight Chrome extension that automatically discovers APIs as you browse. We built Bolt to make it fast and effortless to uncover API endpoints directly from live traffic or from API documentation pages. With no setup required, no proxies, no apps installed, just easy. Let me show you how. First thing is how to install it. Basically, you're going to want to go to your extensions, make sure you're in developer mode, and then load unpacked, and simply select the folder where you've unpacked the extension. That's all it takes. And then make sure it is active. Next thing I want to do is go to a site that I want to look for APIs. In this case, let's just try it on FedEx. And I'm going to go ahead and launch the APIsec Bolt. You'll see there's two modes, traffic and documentation. It'll already pick up whatever page I'm on, but I might want to customize this if I don't want to get everything on FedEx. Maybe I want API.FedEx or something else. This basically kind of gives it a boundary. I'm going to go ahead and just start there. And what you'll notice is it immediately starts listening to everything going on your computer, which is actually pretty interesting to see in itself, but there's going to be a lot of noise here, right? And you'll see that we have this filter here. Right now I'm in raw mode. I'm going to go ahead and filter on base URL only. And so that's going to just show me things coming from FedEx.com. And I'll go ahead and refresh this page. And you see there's a lot of noise here as well. Not really noise, but we're seeing CSSs and JavaScript and images and so forth. And that's not really API calls either. So we have this additional filter called high confidence endpoints. So we put some intelligence into how we're looking for API calls. And now we're getting a little bit better here. And let's just now poke around the site and see what we can see. Let's try the tracking function. I don't know a valid tracking number, but doesn't mean I can't try. And I'm going to go ahead and try that. And here you can see these APIs starting to show up. And you can take any one of these and expand them and learn a lot more. You can see the parameters, what the full endpoint looks like, and even the sample. So in fact, here you see the tracking number that I just input. And really all you got to do is just poke around the site and try to uncover those API calls. And what you notice is we found 30 endpoints and 108 parameters. So let's flip over to parameter mode and you can actually see all the different parameters being used here and where they're being used. So that's a really nice feature. Now I'm going to go ahead and stop this and I can now filter to show certain results. Or I can actually export an open API spec. And that is just downloaded to my computer. And if you want to look at it, there it is. It's a well-formed open API spec based on what Bolt has been able to see. You also see here at the top, there is a memory bar. Chrome extensions are allowed up to 10 megabytes of memory. So this just helps you make sure you're not going through that too fast. And that's really it. There's another mode here, which is documentation mode. And this is really meant for going to sites where you might want to extract documentation. Let's just take the README tile. This is just a sample page here. And you'll see here there's a bunch of actual API documentation with all of the gets and puts and posts and so forth. And what you'll see here is two URLs. One is the starting point, and that's, you could really use any page here. It's just something that will allow it to crawl through and access all the different pages. And then you have this sort of sandbox, which basically is where I want to restrict. And so in this case, maybe I want to just capture everything under the reference folder and go ahead and hit start. What it's going to do now is just simply crawl through this site and you will see your browser update as it goes through each and every page. So you can see there are 140 pages queued, 3 have been processed, and the results will start to populate here at the bottom. That's how this works. It's a great way to pull out documentation if you can't find a Swagger file available on the site. And that's really it. I hope you enjoy Bolt, and we'd really love to get your feedback. Thanks a lot.